Fedora Workstation and Fedora Silverblue share the same underlying Fedora foundation and GNOME desktop environment. But their architectures represent fundamentally different approaches to system design. One follows the traditional mutable Linux model, while the other implements an immutable atomic structure. This comparison examines their architectural differences and suitability for various workflows. Now, overview of both systems. Fedora Workstation is a traditional Linux distribution. Users install packages using the DNF package manager, modify system files directly, and maintain full control over the operating system. All components remain mutable and accessible for customization. Fedora Silverblue is an immutable desktop operating system. The system route mounts as read-only, preventing direct modifications. Updates occur atomically, using RPM-OSTRI, where the entire operating system is replaced as a single unit rather than package by package. Applications run primarily through Flatpak and containers rather than being installed directly to the system. System architecture. Workstation employs traditional package management through DNF. Software installs directly to the system, and updates apply to individual packages as new versions become available. This approach offers flexibility but carries the risk of partial updates if interrupted. Silverblue uses RPM-OSTRI for atomic image-based updates. During an update, the system downloads a complete new operating system image in the background. Upon reboot, the system boots into the new image. If an update causes issues, users can select the previous image from the boot menu for instant rollback without troubleshooting. Software installation. Workstation provides straightforward software installation. Users run sudo dnf install for any package, restart services or applications as needed, and continue working. Silverblue offers 3 distinct paths for software installation. GUI applications install through Flatpak, which provides isolation and consistent updates. Development tools and CLI applications run inside Toolbox containers, maintaining separation from the host system. For software without Flatpak or container options, users can layer packages using RPM-OSTRI, though this requires a system reboot and partially compromises the immutable design philosophy. System updates and stability. Workstation updates individual packages using DNF. The process completes quickly and typically does not require reboots unless the kernel or core system libraries update. Interrupted updates can leave the system in a partial state requiring manual recovery. Silverblue downloads the complete new system image in the background while the system continues running. The update applies upon reboot, with no risk of partial states. If the new image introduces problems, the previous image remains available from the boot menu, providing guaranteed rollback capability without command line recovery steps. Security considerations. Workstation grants full system access to the user and any software with sufficient privileges. Malicious commands, software bugs, or configuration errors can modify or corrupt system files, potentially compromising stability or security. Silverblue mounts the root file system as read-only during normal operation. Neither users nor applications can modify core system files. This reduces attack surface, prevents configuration drift, and ensures the system state remains consistent across reboots. Developer experience. Workstation provides maximum flexibility for development work. Developers install tools system-wide instantly, customize kernel modules, and modify system configurations without workflow disruptions. Silverblue requires developers to use Toolbox containers for CLI tools and development environments. This isolates development dependencies from the host system but introduces friction for workflows that require system-level access or custom kernel modules. The model works well for containerized and reproducible development environments but adds overhead for traditional development setups. Practical considerations for Silverblue. Users new to Silverblue may encounter challenges. Some Flatpak applications require additional permissions to access the home directory or system resources. Development tools like Visual Studio Code may need workarounds to integrate with system toolchains. Layering numerous packages with RPM-OSTRI defeats the immutable design benefits and slows the update process. Workstation suits users who require maximum flexibility, need system-level access, or prefer the traditional package management workflow without mandatory reboots for software installation. It serves developers working on system-level projects, users who customize their operating system extensively, and anyone who prioritizes flexibility over built-in stability guarantees. Silverblue fits users who prioritize rock-solid stability and appreciate guaranteed rollback capabilities. It works well for those willing to adopt Flatpak and container workflows rather than traditional system-level package management. The immutable model represents a forward-looking approach to Linux desktop stability, though Workstation remains the battle-tested standard for maximum flexibility today.